A small-time boxer gets a supremely rare chance to fight a heavyweight champion in a bout in which he strives to go the distance for his self-respect. Boys, girls, etc. This week, say hello to my little film, Rocky.
Okay. Do you want to play rough? Okay. No. Say hello to my little
Film.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Say Hello to My Little Film.
My little film.
Say hello to my film.
Say hello to my little film.
Say hey to my big ass film.
What
are you doing?
Film.
Who is that?
It's
Oh, is it the rainbow guy? The guy who sings over the rainbow?
What?
You know, Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
The Fat Hawaiian?
You sound like him the
No,
way he
that
sings.
dude has a beautiful voice.
Well, that was very beautiful.
It's
That's him. Did he walk in this room just now?
No. That's not Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It is the I see trees.
Oh, is that it's not the same song?
Red roses too.
Hang on. I need to know now the difference between those two songs. They sound very similar in my mind's eye.
One
right
is
now.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow. The other one is.
Are they the same tune? Am I just retardo?
Well, we've already established that you are confirmed retardo.
It's very clear to me.
But
the more we do these,
the issue is, so am I.
No, that's not an issue. That just means we're compatible.
Yeah, but it means we don't get a lot solved.
Whoa.
Whoops.
That's so unprofessional.
Oh my god.
Jeez. We were like, do we have everything ready? Are we perfect?
No.
It's not even someone important.
No, it definitely isn't. We'll cut it out. No,
That's just beep. Nah.
okay.
That's just beep calling you. Fuck that guy.
Are you censoring yourself?
No, I thought you would just put it in over later. But you know, if you don't, it's even funnier.
Okay.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not.
My name's Ariel.
My name's Ryan.
This is the podcast where we watch the films that you need to see.
That's right.
Yay, I did it.
Yes. So,
Yes.
wild, wacky, wild stuff. Do you know who that is?
Letterman?
No. I think it's Carson. No, I don't
know any other late night hosts
Yeah.
from back in the day.
I just
at
know
all.
that impression. So
Who
I don't
who
really
did
even
the
know.
impression? Who did you learn the impression from?
That's a good question. I don't know. I feel like I've heard every podcast I listen to do that impression.
Oh, so you listen to impression podcasts?
Exclusively.
Okay. That makes a lot of things are coming together now for
Yeah,
me.
that's why I'm so jealous. And I want to be good at it so bad.
Well, I think if you just keep practicing and use our podcast as a vessel for your practice and put your phone on vibrate like regular humans.
How about I just turn this bitch off?
I think it's so weird when people don't have their phone on vibrate.
You know, you turn it on vibrate and then you lose it. And that
I never
vibrate is
have-
not loud enough.
You
Yes,
have a tile
yes,
though,
yes.
but you have one of those tiles.
That tile thing.
That's what I do when I lose my phone.
Yeah, but yours isn't set up either.
No, but
You're
I mean,
giving
we
me
just
shit
got
for
new
it.
ones, but I had an old one that worked. And
Yeah.
anyway, I
But
think
then
it's
you
just
press it in your pocket. I don't know.
it's a special brand of psycho to have your phone on loud. Whenever I hear a phone anywhere, I think it's really strange.
Just when, like, can we just get the chips in the arm already? I'm over this.
Oh, you
phone
mean when you're
thing.
born? Just have
Yeah,
someone put a chip
I'm over
in?
this. Yeah, external shit.
Well, would it be like your bank information, everything?
Everything that you use your phone for plus. some.
Wait, would your arm have a screen?
No, it would just go straight to your eyes.
What?
It would actually not
Wait a
even. It would
second.
go straight to your brain.
So your brain would project the text message and only
No,
you
no,
would see it?
No, you would comprehend the text message.
Oh my
but
God.
you wouldn't actually see a
You would
message.
just get a thought that's like,
Yeah, we'd be speaking telepathically
new
to
text
each
message
other.
from Ryan. A thought would just come in.
Yeah.
I strongly dislike this. I
But
don't want
think
it.
how cool it would be, because then we could this whole podcast could be an instant. We could have our whole conversation like that.
I think you're thinking of it in terms of Matrix, where you just learn all of
Exactly like
Taekwondo
that.
in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
No, because I think you would get bored. I mean, if you could learn and hear everyone's like, okay, if I met you and we had just met,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of our conversations that we would ever have that we would need to get to know each other just happened in 1 second, and we were just like, okay, so now we should just get married. That's so weird. I just value the
Yeah.
time more.
Sure, I understand your way of, it's like being human is beautiful or whatever.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying
Or
is,
whatever.
but what I'm saying, we would be thinking that much higher. We would be exponentially
Tell me what our
advancing.
day-to-day would look
We'd become
like.
machines.
Okay.
We'd be advancing so fast that it would just be like, like our face would be peeling backwards.
I gotta say, I'm not really on board with this.
Our eyeballs would be like shooting out of our faces. We'd be going so fast.
Wait, are we physically going?
No.
Why would our eyeballs be affected?
If we were physically going, the speed
so our
of
cars are adapting with us and going that quick.
Yeah. If you roll your window
You know what
down.
I am on board with? That Elon Musk is doing that train thing that's super fast.
The Boring Company?
Yes. I am, yes, please. Every time they talk about like the future with flying cars, I'm fine with just like a monorail where all the cars get on. There'd be no traffic, right? There'd be no accidents.
Yeah. It's a tube.
In like that one movie. No, not like what he's doing, but like if our streets had a magnetic strip and all of our cars were also magnetic and they were synced up together.
Yeah.
And so I would just drive backwards out of the driveway and like click onto the magnetic strip, and then I would not even have to drive anymore. It would just do it for me.
Fuck that. Why not just have self-driving cars?
Well, that's basically what it is. I'm just thinking this is maybe a way to do it.
But this
is
requires
cheaper.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
We'd have to remake every road.
No,
instead
you just
of
have to add a magnetic strip.
Add a magnetic strip
Just
to
real
every
quick.
road in America.
Yeah, just real quick.
It's that easy.
And then it would still be a regular car also. So you would just add the magnet update to your car so that if you go off-road, you could still just turn the magnet off.
We can just stick with what we've already got. We get cars parallel parking themselves.
I just don't think that people are going to buy a self-driving car. I can't see that.
It's going to be a feature in every single car in 10 years.
And it's going to be affordable?
Yeah, it won't be like a niche thing anymore.
Because self-driving cars don't really avoid accidents unless everyone has one.
Yeah.
So
They do though. I think they're like.
I
it's
think
proven
they're
that
safer.
better. Yeah, I think
for
they're
sure
better
because
than
you're
people.
eliminating half of the problem, which is the human error inside the car. But you're not eliminating the other people.
Right.
I mean, every accident I've been in has not been my fault.
Yeah, but they're better at actually avoiding accidents. Apparently.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll be like maybe our son will. That will be his first car as a self-driving car. You won't even need a driver's license.
Oh, that's gonna be so lame.
Not really. I mean, I can see why you think that, but in this generation, these kids are still going to need to learn how to drive.
But
it's not going to be
I'm
perfected.
for sure the last generation that had to like learn stick shift.
I mean,
we are both.
Maybe. I had to learn stick shift for my second car.
Maybe it'll be like a retro
Maybe my
renaissance.
third car.
Maybe it'll, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. There'll be
Like
people that are like
no,
resisting.
I'm into that 2003 Mustang.
Yeah, there's always going to be people who like the vintage cars and things.
the vintage cars from like 2000.
And they can't very well make them illegal. So I think they'll always kind of be on the road.
Who knows?
We'll see. We have no answers.
That's right.
So what's up? Or did we just say what was up?
I don't know what's up.
Tomorrow's my birthday.
Tomorrow is your birthday.
Yay!
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You old lady.
Woo! I am an old lady.
Yeah. We finished our saga
Oh my
at
god.
the DMV.
The DMV, like the trek.
Seriously? Let's
for
round of applause.
a moment, please.
Honestly.
It only
Incredible.
took 2 weeks and 5 visits. No, I think it was 4 visits.
And $500.
Yeah. Well, okay. So when you
Fucking-
transfer a car into a new state, it's like $250 in South Carolina. So that sucks. Tack on an extra $60 because my car is a hybrid. Cool. And then like you have to pay for the plate and the like registration fee and anyway, it ended up being like $400. But then we also had to figure out my license because remember last time I told you guys that they suspended it because of an insurance issue. If I hadn't gotten that resolved, that would have been $400 also. So this would have been an $800 problem. But luckily my insurance company came through finally after like 7 phone calls.
I wonder how interesting this is to people.
Absolutely not at all.
Yeah.
But you have no idea. This has been my life.
It has been a big deal.
Every
to us.
single day I've been having to call someone. So it's been terrible.
What would a DMV podcast be like?
I think it would be one of those podcasts that people put on to go to sleep to.
Or to kill themselves to?
Is that a thing? Is that a market?
Suicide podcast? Yeah, totally.
Oh, I'm totally missing out.
Yeah. It's called Toaster in the Bathroom. That's like a real
Well, what all do
popular
they talk
one.
about?
They just talk about how to plug it in and like
In case-
make sure you have a
in case
cord
you're not
close
sure.
enough. Make sure you get a bathroom with a cord
Tips
with
in
an
case
outlet
you don't
close
want to
enough.
look up on Google and have that on your search
How much
history.
extension cords are, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The voltage in the bathroom.
Exactly.
That's the recommended method, I guess.
I mean that on that podcast.
Oh, there's
yeah.
many. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just like the Tylenol, the Too
There's
Many
the-
Tylenol podcast.
Too many Tylenol fellas. There's the wobbly chair Newsboys.
Wait, you don't need a wobbly chair. You can have a regular chair and just kick it away.
If it's sturdy, you'll chicken out.
I mean, if you're going to chicken out, you'll chicken out either way.
No, you need a wobbly chair. So just in case when you get up there.
I just want to say, it's not really chickening out. I think it's braver to keep living for sure, right?
Nah, you pussy. You pussy, dude.
I mean, let's not talk about suicide, maybe. Let's save that for the suicide podcasts.
Okay. Leave it to the pros.
Well, what are we here to talk about?
I think we watched a movie.
We may have.
What is that movie called?
Rocco.
Rocco's Modern Life.
We watched it. No, we've been really hyping up this one because you pushed it pretty hard. You really wanted.
This is the kind of movie I started this podcast for.
Okay. This and Scarface.
Yeah, these two movies.
And RoboCop. Those have been Ryan's
these are
big
movies
picks.
that are like, you know what I mean? These are
the heavy hitters.
Huge.
Yeah.
These are humongous
They're huge.
movies.
They're huge.
They're fucking huge, dude. So
they tell a human story. I kind of saw some similarities between like the kind of movie that Scarface was and this kind of movie. Obviously, they're totally different genres, but like the way that they filmed it and how
you're just talking about time.
No, because this was 76.
So
I mean, I know why you think that, but that's not what I meant.
Okay.
I meant like that it's more about. It's not what you think it's about. I went into this movie thinking it was about wrestling.
Right. You're saying these movies have like sub levels.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah,
for
they're
sure.
layered.
Yeah, and this movie was about Rocky's relationships.
Totally.
This movie was not about boxing.
Yeah.
What? I had no idea that that's what I was in for.
So let's go ahead because you are the one who has not seen it.
Correct.
What did you think this movie was going to be?
I mean, I knew that there was like the famous workout montage.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was going to be a way bigger deal. I thought
I thought it was a huge deal.
No, I mean, they didn't even play the music when he was drinking the eggs. That was all silence.
Oh, you thought that was part of it?
Yeah, I thought it was. First of all, thought
That's
this
just
was
'cause we did
maybe that this movie was about the training. Like I thought it was going to be a physical movie where it was about like the hardships on his body and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was like an underdog tale. Mm-hmm. I got that right. And then, like I said before, I didn't know it was boxing. I thought 100% it was wrestling.
That is so
I get those mixed up,
crazy,
which
to
is
me.
really stupid because they're totally different. But that's a problem that I have.
If this was a wrestling movie, it would be so weird.
What is that one? Is it called The Wrestler? That one movie with the aging guy?
Yeah.
And it's called The Wrestler?
Yeah.
I think I just mixed them up a little bit.
Okay.
But they're
They're similar, I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
So I'm not completely dumb.
No. And honestly, wrestling and boxing aren't that far off.
They're fighting. So I mean,
And they're in
it's
rings.
fighting. This
The rings
I think
look the
boxing
same.
is a lot more fun to watch, but that's just my personal preference.
That's insane. No one has that opinion.
Really?
Boxing is you think boxing is more fun than wrestling to watch?
I think
Wrestling is insane.
I
Have you
think
seen
wrestling,
what wrestling
is stupid. I think Ultimate
Hold
Fighting.
on, are we talking like wrestling or are we talking like wrestling, brother?
The second one.
Okay. That is way
I'm
more
not
fun
talking
to
about
watch.
like the high school wrestling coach.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've never
or like
seen a
Olympic
match.
wrestling.
No, never
Yeah,
seen that.
that sucks.
I've only ever seen like WWE.
Yeah, where
Sorry,
guys come out in
it's
like
really
motorcycles and like in G-strings and fireworks are going everywhere.
Yeah.
It's way more fun to watch.
But it's not respectable.
No, there's no honor in it.
That's what I'm looking for in my fights.
Okay.
Honor and respect.
Okay.
So I like Ultimate Fighting.
The issue with boxing is it doesn't translate. Boxing, when you're watching
No, it
boxing
doesn't look
on
like it
TV,
hurts.
it doesn't translate at all. It doesn't. You're like, why are they so winded already? It doesn't translate.
And
That's
even in
always
this
been a
movie, in the
problem.
final fight, it was like suddenly they were beat to hell. And I was like, it looks like they were just barely tapping each other. But
Well, they did a
okay.
little bit of like a time lapse of well,
But
they
it
were
still just
tapping each
didn't-
other.
It didn't make, well, right, because they were acting.
Yeah.
I know. But like, it's still, even when I see real boxing,
Mm-hmm.
it just doesn't look that intense, but then it is suddenly. They're beat up afterwards.
They're fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
They're hitting hard, but you can't. So for some reason, it just when
And I
you
mean,
when you
but
have
the-
that like that distance on it, it doesn't look.
And you see them
As
wearing
intense.
these big cushiony gloves.
That doesn't matter that much. I'm telling
I
you,
guess not.
that's to protect their knuckles, not to protect your face. That's
So, but in Ultimate Wrestling, they don't wear those kinds of things, right?
Ultimate Wrestling.
Ultimate Fighting, I mean.
Oh, and UFC.
The Ultimate
yeah, UFC.
Wrestle.
They have little baby gloves, but UFC's
okay.
way more brutal.
Right.
I
I
think
like
you-
what that's the most interesting to watch. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
that
so
translates
creative.
a lot more.
Yes.
That translates a lot.
That's like a regular fight scene in a movie, I would think. This is the hottest room. I'm in hell, I think.
Really?
I think I died.
I think it's because you have the fucking window open.
Well, it's cooler outside than it is in here.
I disagree.
It is like 68 degrees outside. At least
Well,
100
why
in
is
here.
none of that air coming in?
Because it's all being sucked out. It's so... I feel like there's a lot of electronics in here,
Yeah, that's for sure.
and there's absolutely no vents or something. We're in a closet, so it feels like we're in a closet. God damn it.
Are you going to be okay?
I'm going to be okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got my old-ass wine that tastes like vinegar. It's super refreshing.
Do you want a different drink?
No, I'm trying to be funny. I'm not actually bitching.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's not translating either.
I get concerned.
As far as preconceived notions about this movie, that's really all that I had. I didn't really know that much about it. Not really. Although after watching it, I realized where some references happened.
Yeah.
Like the beating of the meat, the carcass. I didn't realize that's from here. Beating the meat? That's not what I meant. Hey.
Like the beating of the meat.
So when he like beats up the moo carcass, that's, I guess,
The
from
moo
this.
man?
The moo man gets beat up.
Yeah. He fucks that thing up. So let's jump into it then.
Let's get right into it.
Let's get right. All right. I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
So
It opens up in a fight scene.
I actually didn't take that many notes.
This movie was hard to take notes for.
Yeah, it really is.
I
because-
usually have like 5 pages of notes. For
Well,
Scarface, I think I had
It's
like
because
8.
90% of the scenes are him just walking around
Philadelphia. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, what do you write about? You know what I mean?
I've never been to Philadelphia. I would love to visit, but like the places that it showed in this movie,
Oh my god, it looks like a hellscape.
it looks like the worst city
Yeah.
ever. And I
It
know
looks like
that he's
Gotham.
poor and he's in the like slummy parts, I guess.
Yeah,
But I mean, there's a couple times where it shows him on like what looks like historic monument steps.
Yep,
Maybe.
yep.
That's the only nice parts of the city that you see.
This is what I'm talking about. This movie is such a big deal that
gritty.
those steps. No,
The movie's gritty.
I know, but you think I'm saying thought the ending of my sentence was going to be, this movie's such a big deal. It's gritty.
No. I was agreeing with you. I thought you were going to talk about the vibe, like that it's such a big deal because of the vibe. I don't know.
No.
I'm stupid.
Okay. The movie is such a big deal that at the top of those steps now stands a fucking statue.
Really?
That is a of Rocky Balboa.
Okay.
That is, it literally, like, physically, there is something that stands at the top of the, like,
It's commemorated.
yeah. What do we got? We got historic monuments of Lincoln.
The Liberty Bell.
We got the Liberty. Oh, yeah, if we're going to just stick with, like, that area.
I thought that's what we were talking about. Philadelphia.
I'm just saying, like, there's a monument to this fucking movie.
That's crazy. I didn't know it had that much of an impact on
Fuck
culture.
yeah.
I mean, how many of them are there? Like 6? 5?
Well, now they're still going.
Really?
They're just not Rocky. They're called Creed now.
It's about Apollo Creed?
It's about his son, I think.
Okay, and Apollo Creed was a real boxer, right? No, he's only made up in this movie?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's another reference that is from here. I thought that was a real person.
Really?
Yeah.
No, but
I've heard that name a lot, so now I know.
Frazier guy was a real boxer at the end.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So I've heard that name so much that I thought it was a real boxer,
Apollo Creed?
like a famous boxer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nope. He
Mind
just
is
exists
blown
in this
right
movie.
now.
Who is that actor, by the way? I know who he
Don't know. You're asking the wrong person. I can look up on IMDb really quick.
is. Look it up because it's been driving me crazy.
He does look really familiar.
He's in like Predator with Arnold.
Carl Weathers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Carl Weathers is my shit.
Okay, I need to stop looking. Everyone in this movie is so old now. How old is Sylvester Stallone now?
I don't know.
The Italian Stallion.
All right, so you're right. This movie does start off with him boxing. He's already a boxer.
Yeah, and like the vibe that I got from this movie right out was that he's doing this somewhat professionally. I mean, he's getting paid. So I know he's
getting
amateur.
paid dog
but
shit.
Effectively, maybe I was trying to say. I don't know. Officially. If you're getting paid officially, you are a professional. Or at least that's what they told me about theater. So like if you get paid when you're an actor, you're literally a professional actor.
Okay.
If you get paid when you're a singer, you're a professional singer.
No, I think that is the mark
Yeah.
of most industries, but
So he's doing this not really for a living because he has another job.
but there are definitely leagues
For
to,
sure.
Being a
Yeah.
professional.
There's like minor league baseball; those people get paid, but you don't know what their names are.
Yeah.
So, but he seems miserable.
Yeah, he's
not happy at first, at least.
He's beaten down, man. Life is beating this guy down, which is kind of weird because you're right. He does seem halfway miserable, halfway the best guy on earth.
Yeah, he's really chill, like down to earth, and seems happy-go-lucky.
Rocky. First of all, I'm going to be gushing over this movie for the next 30 fucking minutes.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Keep it to 30 minutes. We'll see about that.
I don't know how long we're gonna talk, but I fucking am in love with this movie.
Really?
I love this movie way more than I thought I was going to.
I think this movie was 30 minutes too long. There was a point where I was like, my God, what is happening?
I understand, but I think that had a lot to do with our adorable little screeching baby.
Yeah, he was not asleep for this.
No.
He watched Rocky with us. And by watched Rocky with us, I mean he did not watch it at all. So it was really hard for us to watch it and take notes. That's probably part of it.
Yeah.
But, maybe that's part of it. But at the same time, I guess...
I hit one speed bump of fatigue.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, let's get on with this.
I know. I hit that too.
But honestly, once they got to the part where he was for sure going to fight Apollo Creed,
yeah,
then it was interesting.
I think the fatigue, that speed bump of fatigue comes from traditional movies. Mm-hmm. You realize what point you should be at, and you're not. You think you're not there yet.
Right.
But in actuality, you are closer to the end than you think.
Right.
So
because you moved the mouse so that we could see the progression.
And it was like almost there.
Right.
Yeah.
But it still felt like nothing had happened in 30
you were like,
minutes.
I shouldn't be here yet.
Right.
Based off of all my knowledge of movies in my lifetime.
But the climax, too, is like just the fight. And it's like 10 minutes.
Yeah. The fight isn't very long.
And there's no frills. It's just showing the fight. I loved that.
That's what I love the most about this movie is it just shows...
What's happening?
No, it just shows people walking across the street.
Oh, you mean like extras?
No, I mean Rocky. Oh. Like, here's the scene where Rocky crosses the road, throwing this ball. It's such a weird...
This is his downtime.
Pace.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it does somehow... Like, he stops at a window and whistles at some puppies.
So, yeah, his obsession with the pet store girl.
Yeah.
So cute.
With Adrian.
Weird. She's so weird. He makes her so much less weird once she opens up.
Yeah.
But the idea that he picked her to like go hard and be with,
dude, he
is insane to me.
Hunted that bitch.
Yeah.
And
the
was
date,
relentless.
The date made me very uncomfortable.
Ooh,
because the way that she was acting, I was putting myself in that place, like in her position.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would feel so uncomfortable and scared. I mean, this big guy, he's wearing a wife beater. He puts his hands up onto the rafters and he's like, well, you don't like me? Or you don't like my house? It stink? No, he says it stinks at a different part, but I just thought that was funny.
Oh my God, that
and
part.
And she was like saying, she literally said, I'm uncomfortable. She's like, she said I should go home like 4 times.
Everything exactly. But listen.
I guess what we didn't realize is that she was into him.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
She gave no indication of that.
You're totally right. Listen, I am aware of the Me Too movement. Okay?
Look, I'm not even saying that. I mean,
Rocky
I've been in a situation where,
situation.
Yeah, it looked bad, but then
it's
he
the
was
same
like,
thing as that. It's cold outside. That song where the woman the entire time is saying, "I really should leave."
Yeah, but like,
it's
that's
the same
easier
situation
for me. I think people that get butthurt over that song are a little bit dumb because, like, she's singing about it. If she was really worried, she would be not singing. She's delightful, right? She's delighted. She's playing with him. I mean, I think it's more obvious.
Yeah, you're right. Because
she's like, what's in this drink?
I really should leave.
Yeah, but she's not leaving.
You know, but it's... You're right. Okay, I guess.
I think it's different.
That's funny that you think of them like in a situation and you're like, she's singing. She's obviously not in distress.
Yeah.
In this song, telling a story.
Wait a second. Are you saying that it's a world where everything is a song?
Yes.
And she's under distress?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make as much sense.
I'm saying, what if everybody sang all the time? Then is that a rapey situation that she's in?
If we communicate all the time?
If we communicated exclusively in song.
Then yeah, she's just as uncomfortable as Adrian.
In that situation. So it's rapey.
But then, I guess that Adrian actually wanted him. Because he was like, I'm going to kiss you. You don't have to kiss me back.
Hold
and I was like, oh,
how did he say it though?
This. I don't remember. How you do it. Do an impression.
I want you to do it.
I can't remember. I can't do his accent.
I'm
going to kiss you.
I'm going to kiss you.
But you don't have to kiss me back.
You don't get to kiss me back.
Ew. Ick.
But I want to kiss you.
And then he starts like mouthing on her cheek.
Dude, that kiss was intense.
And she like looked at him, gave him a little peck, and so then I was like, okay, she wants him. But
maybe let's go a little chronologically. I know we wanted to talk about this, but maybe you know what I mean? Maybe we should break it down more. chronologically.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Okay, I do want to talk about how when he leaves, after he gets paid, and he leaves, and there's that singing, bebopping group of bums.
that's what the 70s sounded like, man.
What?
I almost want to put in a clip. I might put a clip in right here.
It is so hilarious. They are just like snapping, and they're like,
don't take my baby.
and I'm like, this is what the homeless population of Philadelphia is?
They're not homeless.
They're bums, I thought.
No, just
everyone in this movie is a bum, first of all.
You mean that's what they call
them? They
them?
say bum more than I've ever heard.
I'm not just a bum from the neighborhood.
Which is, I think, funny because I've heard like older people in my family use that, like, hey, don't be a bum, get a job kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't just mean homeless. I think that it used to just mean loser.
Yeah, it means just like a sack of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just because you see a trash can fire in this area doesn't mean that they're homeless. No.
Who does that?
That's what these
but
people
I guess
were doing.
I'm from the South where it's never cold. Like the coldest it gets here is like 50 degrees.
Yeah.
So you never really need a fire for that temperature, you know? You just throw on a beanie and you're good.
Plus we don't have those awesome metal
We don't have
cans,
metal trash cans.
Yeah, on the sidewalk.
Can we talk about his friend Polly? Or do you just want to go straight through like in order?
I don't know. I mean,
Polly's gross. Are we supposed to like Polly?
Yes.
He's a piece of shit.
He turns into the villain at one point.
First of all, he's never impressive to me. I'm never like, oh, and there's a couple of times where I'm like, oh, okay. Rocky just accepts that he's just like kind of a piece of shit.
Right.
And it's kind of endearing.
Right.
But then after he freaks out about him dating his sister, because the pet store girl is Polly's sister.
See, that's why I want to go in chronological order, because otherwise you're going to constantly be bouncing back and forth like that.
Okay. All right. You know what? That's a good call.
You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? All right. So where the fuck? Now I don't know what the fuck.
Okay. So we're talking about the bebopping group. The people outside that soda shop, I guess it was.
Yeah, that is in the beginning.
Yeah, so that's in the beginning.
Well, first of all, hold on. His first fight with Spider Rico.
Spider.
He doesn't block ever.
Yeah,
Rocky never blocks.
I thought that maybe, I'm like, is he a bad fighter in the beginning?
Yeah, and he is.
Okay.
But he's also a bad fighter at the end. Because he never blocks. They do this sound effect that's like... every time he gets hit, and I mean, it's, you know, they were acting, so obviously he's not getting punched in the face, but Sylvester Stallone is just throwing his head back.
It looks very apparent.
They're circling each other, and his hands are by his waist. And he's just going...
So is his thing that he can take a lot of hits and he hits really hard?
That's what he says. He's like, you see this nose never been broken.
Translation, this nose has never been broken.
Yeah.
Is he stupid? He sounds so
stupid.
dumb in this movie.
Yes, he's stupid. Of course Rocky's stupid, but he's got a lot of heart.
Okay. But yeah, he does too.
Yeah, he absolutely does.
There's only like one time where he's like, I can't do this. For the rest of the movie, he's pretty much like, he's just such a sweetheart. Mm-hmm. I mean, you love him naturally.
Yeah, so the opening thing, he's walking around after that fight. He's kind of walking around, and by the way, then you get the most like, I love subtle opening, like title shots.
Yeah,
it just kind of fades in Rocky in bold letters, just right there at the bottom. He's just walking on the street. Whoops, I hit the microphone.
That wasn't Ariel.
He's walking down the street with this little black rubber ball, wearing those boots. Did you look at those boots?
Not closely.
He has like 4-inch heels on.
Oh, they're platforms.
They weren't fully platformed. It was just the rear heel.
Like cowboy boots?
Kind of, yeah.
I wonder
why. And I was
like,
what a look. What a look.
Well, speaking of look, his sweatsuit is skin color?
What?
Yeah, like the thing he trains in. What color is that?
Gray.
Okay, it didn't look gray to me.
Ariel?
It looked like macaroni and cheese color.
Hold on. You're scaring me right now. You didn't tell. That is so obviously gray.
Maybe I could see it being like really dingy white. Like off-white, really dingy. But to me, it looked kind of peachy. So... Hey.
What are you saying hey to? It's supposed to be a seamless cut.
Oh, well, it was not.
I mean, I still could delete all of this, but that's pretty funny that you say,
Okay.
hey! I think the last thing you said was, yeah, his suit is skin color.
Okay, but then...
His obviously gray suit.
Well, okay, the scene I was thinking of was when he was running in, like, the dusk, and I guess it was sunset, and it looked, like, peachy.
Oh, my God. Reflections are, like...
I'm like, that's what color it is. But he's like olive tone, so I didn't think it was like his skin. I just thought it was a really old, ugly suit.
Rocky Balboa was training in a pink suit.
Not pink. Macaroni and cheese.
Sorry, not pink. Peach.
Macaroni and cheese color.
Peach and macaroni and cheese are not the same.
Both of them are skin tones. I'm thinking of crayons that are those colors.
You know, when I was a kid, I used to say crowns.
No.
I was one of those stupid fucking kids.
Did you say water?
What?
As water?
No. Is that a thing?
I have an
idea.
Idea.
Are you talking to? Who talks like that?
I think warder is like Midwestern. And then...
Let me get some water.
And then I think idea might be Northern?
How about those fucking milk fucks?
What?
Milk.
Who?
Pello.
Who says milk?
I know someone in particular, and I know they listen to the podcast.
Oh my, I'm offended at the idea that someone would say milk.
Yeah, they say, I love eating cereal with milk. And I go to sleep at night, and I sleep on a pillow.
Egregious.
Yeah.
I cannot.
All right, well, let's take a little break.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We'll come back and talk all about his fashion.
Yeah, because...
Because I'm pretty sure it says Rocky in Sharpie on the back.
Yeah, he wrote the Rocky...
Okay.
He wrote the Italian Stallion.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah. All right, we'll be right back.
Goodbye.
Film. We're back.
We are back. Back. That's right. How do you know we're back? That's how.
Why is yours so loose and airy?
Because of loose butthole.
Ah.
Yeah, it's very flappy.
Asked and answered. Mm-hmm. All right. So, speaking of flappy, Rocky Balboa's fins were flapping around.
Yeah, I didn't really see the fish. So, like, or if
it was a little goldfish.
Okay.
Yeah. And his name is Moby Dick.
Moby Dick is funny for a fish name.
Yeah. And then his turtles.
So he only has the fish and the 2 turtles, though. Right?
Well, and then he later
Until he gets the dog.
Is the dog's name Buttkiss?
Buttkiss. When I looked at the subtitles, it was Butkus.
Yeah, but that's a play on butt kiss, right?
I mean, I don't
that's
think
no one's
it's...
name.
No, I don't think someone was like, let's name him after kissing butts.
That's what I thought, and I thought they were funny.
Well, it reminded me of Stanley Ipkiss.
Yeah, and they say you can kiss my ass goodbye or something in that movie.
Do they say that?
I hope. Fact check us and email me. All right, so yeah, so he has so many of these animals in his house because what it implies is that Rocky is trying to woo Adrian.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Adrian.
Yo, I want to buy a turtle. Yo.
Yeah, Adrian is such a weird character, especially at first. She opens up a bit more after Rocky gets in her pants.
Yeah, but before that, he really does fuck her like
silly
to normal.
Yeah, he fucks her to normal.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
because that guy says she's retarded.
And she kind of, I mean, if you know her story a little bit, which is all just stuff that you have to infer, but like her brother, I think, is super rude to her all the time, calling her a loser and like she's just such an introvert and she has no other friends. So it makes sense that she's the way she is. She doesn't trust anybody.
Yeah. But her issues, like Rocky says, they have gaps.
Yeah, what did that mean? I didn't get that.
It was this
holes,
like when they go ice skating. Mm-hmm. Like holes, like flaws in their personality,
and they just fill each other up.
Yeah, well, because really cute. Because they're like they balance each other out.
Yeah.
So Rocky was told he didn't have a lot of brains, so he needed to
and she's the opposite.
Use his body, and her mom. God. Adrian's mom told her she didn't have a body, so she needed to use her brain.
But
I think she's pretty hot.
I mean, she looks like she has a body.
When you take those glasses off,
when she starts dressing well with the little hats and the
little
coats,
funny hat, yeah,
she looks really cute.
I think so too.
I don't know, like what kind of mother would say that? That's so damaging.
Yeah, that's
to
ridiculous.
A little girl.
Yeah.
It looks like you don't have much of a body.
You better get smart.
It's like, yes, it's good to be smart, but you don't have to say that they're ugly and that's why they should be smart. Jesus.
And like, what is this woman's like standard?
I know, right?
Jesus,
and this is the 70s, so I mean,
Adrian, what would you give an Adrian on a scale 1 to 10? Wait, let's do it at the same time. Let's see if we have the same scale.
Okay, let me think for a second. Okay, I got it.
Okay, after glasses. After
Glasses off.
Glasses off.
Okay.
Okay.
After her little
prime.
makeover.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 7.
What?
Whoa! We have a good gauge. All right,
That's
just
great.
real quick, let's gauge just to see if we're on the.
Gauge Rocky?
Yeah. No. Let's. Ooh. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's gauge Rocky.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of hard. Okay.
That's what she said.
That's what he said.
Because of gay.
Okay. All right. I guess I'm gonna. All right,
Okay. Ready?
1, 2, 3,
8.
7.
Okay. Well, that makes sense
All right,
since
we're
I'm
close.
a gal.
Yeah. Okay.
Italian
8,
men.
really?
You know. Yeah, that body.
Yeah, he's got a weird face though, right?
He does have like a weirdly droopy face.
Yeah.
Why is his face droopy?
I don't know. He looks different in
Like
this
he's
movie.
stroked out, maybe.
He looks like his face normals out a little bit
It
later
does.
on.
Because when I
in his
first see
career.
it in the fight, it's very droopy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, this is not great.
Yeah.
But then he does look more normal later. And yeah, no, I don't like his accent and stuff, but I do have a thing for like Italians, so.
Okay. Good to know.
Is it good to know?
Just so everybody at home knows, for the rest of the podcast, I'm doing that Italian hand gesture.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you.
Yeah. I got
Mamma
pasta.
mia.
Pasta.
I'm just going to have pasta for the rest of my life. That's what I mean by loving Italian.
Okay, so then after
Rabbit hole.
so then after what was I talking about?
We were talking about Adrian
Yes.
filling gaps.
Yeah, and I think we resolved that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
True.
Beautiful
That's that true.
relationship.
Yeah, like they have the beginning parts where first, before we get into the montage, Apollo Creed chooses Rocky from what? What's the criteria?
Yeah, no, he wants the whole premise of the movie is Rocky's a like dirtbag, like well he's not a bad guy, he's a good guy in a shitty situation
Right.
who loves the sport of boxing,
Right.
And he has some natural talent, but he doesn't commit and he doesn't utilize it well.
Okay.
Apollo Creed is the champion of the world,
Right.
He's the best, okay, or at least of the U.S. He's like the best.
No, I think they said world champ.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
But Apollo Creed can't get a good fight that'll put asses in the seats.
Oh, because nobody wants to
Nobody's
lose.
wanting to look like a fool.
So he just is amazing.
He's great.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So what happens is he decides, because it's on New Year's, that they're going to kind of recreate the American dream, which is kind of the through line of this movie is kind of like America is the land of opportunity. Take your shot. This crazy thing can happen here. It's like the movie's message very much on the surface.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that too.
I do too.
Yeah.
And it's a good idea, actually. Like,
Yeah.
I would
Oh my God, it's
I would
a
be super
brilliant
into
idea.
it.
I would for sure want to watch it, like that
Yeah.
UFC fight against the boxer and
McGregor versus
yes,
Mayweather.
People
Yeah.
were so into that because it was
It's
unheard
kind
of.
of similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar.
So.
But so Rocky is no name, and the point of the attraction of the fight is we're going to give this underdog the chance of a lifetime.
So Apollo Creed chooses Philadelphia to do this, and then he chooses he just looks
He's
into boxing
looking through
gyms?
he has like a catalog of boxers.
I mean, I just don't know how, because
I assume that's a thing that exists.
all right.
That's
Binders
one.
of
That's one
boxers.
thing. Mitt Romney had binders full of women.
I wondered if you would catch that. Such a long ago callback.
Yeah.
Okay, so then he chooses Rocky, the Italian stallion.
Yeah, because he likes how that flows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
he keeps referring to as Italian. Mm-hmm. Kind of bugged me.
really?
Yeah. But whatever.
Italian bread.
So then Rocky has to train up for this fight, obviously. Mm-hmm. And then we get into that montage. Mm-hmm. So he wakes up. Well, the first one, he wakes up and he drinks the eggs.
Yeah.
And
It's just kind of quiet. There's no music here.
yeah, well, it's the music, but it's sad. It's
you're
showing,
right. You're right.
It's showing that he's not that in shape, which is funny because
Which is weird because he looks in shape and he
totally
is
in
a
shape.
boxer.
Yeah, he is a boxer, but it's not taking like a fatty and turning him into a muscle man.
toning.
It's taking it. Yeah, he's honing his abilities.
Yeah.
And really getting focused.
Nothing more relatable than that scene. Like when he runs up those steps and he's like dying.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
And he's just like limping home, holding his side.
That is what
like,
happens to me.
Yeah, but I mean, he has been smoking his ass off and like
Oh yeah,
drinking all
that's
the time.
true. That's true.
But so then he gets Mickey.
Right, so then we
To be
have
his manager.
well, we have a couple of instances where it shows how now that he's been chosen, people are like kind of wanting to be into like with him, kind of like they're trying to take advantage of him almost.
Yeah, everyone's like
he was a nobody, and now they're like, oh hey, I can like if I'm this guy's
you
friend,
need a guy to like hold a towel for you.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and you can see how it shows on Rocky. You can see how it affects him.
Yeah.
So I wrote that down as like a major
pressure and stress all of a sudden, and he knows that he doesn't want to look foolish either.
I can't believe he accepted.
Yeah.
Because it says in this movie that he's 30, and I don't know what the peak age is for boxing, but I would think that 30 is kind of on the end of the spectrum.
Probably.
Right? I mean, it's a young man's game.
I don't know if that there's any 45-year-olds.
Right? Can't be. I mean, how old was that guy that fought McGregor? He was old,
He's
right?
pretty old.
Like 45 or older?
Honestly, he's kind of up there, I think.
Okay. But it was like crazy, right? Because he'd been retired and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how old Floyd Mayweather is, but he's way older.
Yeah, I thought so when it was happening. But yeah, so, and then I don't know how old Apollo Creed is, but he looks roughly the same age.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was like, how hard would it be to get into shape at that age, you know? Especially if you were like a hardcore drinker and smoker.
Yeah.
Be tough.
I mean, but like you're saying, he's not completely out of shape.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
true.
not that hard.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we finally get to that fucking... First of all, Mickey is a notorious character. You've seen that guy parodied all over the place.
Really?
Yeah, like, you're a bum rock.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Oh
or
my
if
God,
I have, I didn't pick up on it.
Like, that is such a like stereotypical character because of this actor.
He's a little bitch. Like putting him out of his locker.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning of the movie, it shows that he takes money out of their winnings for the locker fee. So I'm like, wow.
That wasn't Mickey doing that.
Well,
that was the guy hosting the fight.
Oh, so it wasn't at the gym?
No.
Okay. Because at the time I was thinking, wow, he charges them for a locker and then he just kicks them out whenever someone better comes along?
No. He is kicking him out because he found out that Rocky was breaking thumbs for a loan shark.
Right.
And he's like, we don't need none of your bullshit here.
Yeah.
This is for real athletes who are trying to actually hone their abilities and be good.
And this guy was a boxer, Mickey?
Mickey was.
Okay, because he showed his picture to Rocky
he
when he went to his house.
Got into a fight with a guy who put nails in his gloves.
Oh my God, that part made me cringe.
And he had spit flying through holes in his cheek.
I can't.
Fucking
I mean,
I
imagine that really happened too.
Like
people fighting dirty
like
that. Yeah.
I'm sure.
Because it seems like boxing is one of those sports that like is kind of higher class, like or at least among the people who watch it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, just like compared to other fighting sports. Seems like the higher class one. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like this. It's like the premier, like fighting kind of.
Let's smoke a cigar and watch some boxing.
Yeah, well, it's like there's like there's
techniques
the
to it.
Queen something rules of boxing is like the classic. There's some kind of.
Wait, did it originate in England?
I think so.
Because that makes it extra classy.
Yeah, I think it actually is.
Because then there's tea involved.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense. So it just is crazy to me that they would have like the fighting dirty part, but you know.
Well, that's when it got American.
Welcome to Philly.
Yeah. So then, all right, now, my mind kind of got blown during this montage.
Okay.
Because so everybody knows the song that
right,
and everybody, I think people have heard that song play a little bit.
Surely everyone knows that song.
Yeah, and then people know that there are words to it.
No. People don't know that.
They definitely do. Everybody I think knows it's Honey Hana.
I fucking didn't know that.
Okay, well I definitely did, but watching this movie with subtitles on blew my fucking mind.
The words to this song are trying hard now.
Trying hard now.
Getting strong now.
Getting strong now. That was so crazy to me.
It is so funny because it's exactly what is happening in the scene.
He's running like hard and it's like trying hard now. It blew my mind.
It was fucking hilarious without trying to be.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
I could not believe that was the words. I thought it was just like
it should have been
like kung fu noises.
It should have been kung fu noises.
Oh my God. That was so like I was like what? It made me kind of go, oh
yeah,
no.
It removed you from the situation.
Yeah.
You were like
trying hard now. And then he's getting
Someone sat down and wrote those lyrics and we're like, this will sound good in this weird song. I thought that song was just made for the movie. I didn't know it's their own thing.
Oh, I don't know if it is.
Oh, okay.
What other context could that song is only made for a montage?
You say that, but I heard the Friends song in like Bilo and I was like, what?
Okay.
This is a real song by a
But
real
you've never
band?
heard the Rockies theme song
No.
about it, though.
I wish, if I was just shopping
Oh
for
my God,
like
can you
mayo
imagine? Yeah. Everybody would just like immediately like put
Do
all the
push-ups?
Cheez-Its up and stuff, and they'd be like, "What am I doing?
I
I'm
need
not
to go
trying
for a
hard
jog.
now."
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. We'd all start jogging around the store of their buggies.
Quick, get to the egg section.
You were just like,
I must be like Rocky. Part of the simulation.
what do you think about the dialogue in this movie? That's
I
what
thought it was pretty natural.
I love the dialogue.
It
of this
seemed
movie.
really like it didn't affect me.
This
I didn't
is-
think about it really.
I was like gushing over it.
Gushing. Ew,
Yeah.
it sounds like
I
you
was
popped
fucking-
something. And like,
I was gushing. Oh, I was covered in my putty.
ew.
My putty sauce.
Wait a second. Is that like supposed to be pussy?
I think so.
Oh, gross. I
Nobody
thought it was
knows what
like
we're talking
pudding.
about. I'm part of a cult, a bug cult, and
A bug cult.
yeah, and occasionally I will throw out some phrases for my fellow little.
What are you guys
buglings.
called? The buggies?
We're called the little buglings,
Little buglings, of course.
and we go skittle scattle skittle.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyway.
Sam,
So-
Wiki.
Anyway, then like we see the relationship between him and Adrian kind of growing and becoming better and better. Mm-hmm. Like, but meantime, her relationship with her brother is kind of not doing great.
It's degrading because he's starting to become an alcoholic.
Yeah,
or
he's
something.
also very weird about her. Like, he's weird in a way of like, in the beginning, he says, you don't want to date her, she's a loser. And then later, he's like, are you screwing my sister?
Yeah.
Like,
he's like,
suddenly
come
he's
on,
protective.
go out with him. He's a good guy. And then,
Yeah.
I don't, who knows?
Maybe he was just drunk.
Who knows? I don't know. Maybe they just needed some sort of conflict.
What I liked is that there was like an entire scene where he comes home drunk and he is like pulling the garbage can in. Mm-hmm. And then it just goes to the next scene.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm like, why did it show that?
The pacing of this is so. Maybe it's just because of like for like movies that we watch now are just so.
There's no downtime.
Yeah, every scene is something is important and something's happening.
You can't miss
and
one
it's
word.
Doing these crazy cuts, and
Right.
it's just like this is a fixed shot of this guy on Christmas carrying a wreath, drunkenly humming Christmas tunes, picking up his knocked over trash can and dragging it inside.
And then it
It's
just goes to
literally
the next
like
scene.
2 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, okay, something's gonna happen.
No,
Nothing happened.
it shows you that he's drunk.
Yeah, it shows
Yeah.
you that maybe he just is starting to drink a lot more. But he's at work and he's like swigging out of a glass container of alcohol.
Yeah, he's an alcoholic.
At a meat packing plant.
Yeah,
Seems
with blades
dangerous.
and stuff.
God.
Speaking of the meat packing thing, I don't know if we.
I don't think we talked about that.
Okay, well, you mentioned beating the meat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the meat scene is fucking weird. I thought in my memory of this movie,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Rocky or Mickey told Rocky this was a
Right,
good
like
thing
it was
to
a planned
practice.
thing.
Yeah,
And not just a burst of anger.
it was a burst of anger because Adrian's brother was like saying, "You screwing my sister," and they almost
He's
get.
being a dick.
He was being a dick, and they almost get into a fight. So Rocky, instead of punching him, punches a side of beef.
Yeah, like a carcass hanging there, like skinned and everything.
Yeah.
So it's just the like muscle and
Yeah,
the bones.
And he starts going at it, and his name is Mickey. No, not Mickey. What's his name?
Paulie.
Paulie is like, "You're breaking the ribs."
Right, which he broke Apollo Creed's ribs during
Yeah.
the fight. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, he's a
Yeah.
really hard hitter.
He can fucking.
Ouch.
I mean,
I cannot imagine
a
being punched.
frozen side of beef
Yeah.
that is suspended.
I mean, their ribs are arguably bigger than ours. They're
I would
bigger
think
animals.
so. Yeah. So if he's breaking cow ribs,
That's insane.
yeah, he's the man.
And then suddenly it just becomes part of his routine.
Yeah. So then he's like, that gotta work pretty good. I like pushing those cows.
And
He's
so
walking through and he's pushing him aside and he's like, moo.
Yeah, he's a retard. Like, he's stupid.
He's a retard.
Not trying to be offensive. That's not ever what I mean by it anyway. It just means stupid.
I don't think
That
we need-
sounds worse. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then I guess, next thing we know, it's like the eve before the fight.
Yeah, that's right before the fight you hit that like kind of
The good montage.
Well, you hit that wall of fatigue also because then
Yes.
it's like there's some drama going on and you're like, I thought he's been training. Like, aren't we here? You think
And-
the fight should be there, but it doesn't. It
and
like extends one more.
Adrian moves in
one
with
chapter.
him.
Adrian what?
Moves in with him.
Yeah.
Because of a fight that Polly had with them both. And then also this whole time, kind of, there have been little like lines saying not to have sex while you're training, basically.
Yeah.
Like a couple times. Like maybe 2 or 3 times.
Women weaken knees.
Yeah, like to not engage. Rocky says it himself, and then his trainer says it, and then suddenly they're living together. Mm-hmm. And I was worried because I was like, this is going to start some kind of relationship drama. But it never did.
No.
So that was
good. They are solid.
They are. It's really cute.
They're a good couple.
It's really refreshing.
So I love this movie. Mm-hmm. I fucking love this movie.
I like this movie a lot.
The bit where Rocky is kind of like, there's something when he goes on TV, because now people are like starting to take notice, and like
he's getting locally famous.
Yeah, and the news crew is coming around being like, "You get a shot at the title. What are you doing to train?" And he's like, "I punch cows in the freezer," And I think Rocky is really funny too.
Yeah, I think so too. He's got a little sense of humor.
He's like,
he jokes around.
He's a goofy guy.
Yeah.
Like when he's the whole opening when he's just like walking around Philadelphia. People are just like, "Hey, how'd you do last night, Rock?" And he's like, "Oh, good." His response every time, he's like, "Great, you should have seen me.
You should have been there." Yeah.
You should have been
seen
there.
Me, maybe.
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
And he has that shell-shocked joke.
What is it?
He says, "Hey, how's the food today, Adrian?" And she's like, "Same." And he's like, the last time I had too many moths, not enough flies.
The turtles.
For the turtle, yeah. The turtle food gets caught in the throat, the moths do. And so I had to smack him on the back, and you know what happened. She doesn't respond. She doesn't care about
talk to him.
And he's like, "They get shell-shocked. I got to smack them. They get shell-shocked." I'm like, "Rocky, you goof."
Yeah, but he practices in the mirror beforehand. It's adorable.
Hard on that joke.
Which is crazy because I don't know anyone who comes up with original jokes.
I know.
And then remembers them to tell someone.
Right.
Like I feel like you just either think of your joke on the fly because you're good like that,
mm-hmm.
or you heard it or saw it somewhere else.
Right.
And so you're like, I heard this joke, and you tell someone.
Right.
So that was kind of funny. But it just speaks to his, like, he has a lot of heart.
Yeah. Yeah. It's super. I don't know what it is that is drawing him to Adrian.
It's some kind of magnetic pull.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's like a little soulmate story.
But so yeah, he's being interviewed and stuff, and then he's on the TV, mm-hmm. and people, I guess, are taking cheap shots at him that I didn't know.
I think when he interviewed with Apollo Creed, there was something that was said that offended him because while they were watching it, and he gave Adrian a shout out while he was on the TV.
Yeah.
That was really funny. But also, like Paulie mentioned, oh, they're taking all these cheap shots at you, and Rocky was like, I don't mind. But then later when he was leaving, he goes to Adrian, he says, I do mind. And then he just like in a very emo way just walks away.
Yeah, he's like, hey, you know those things they were saying about me on the TV and how I said it didn't affect me? It did. And
I didn't remember what they said. So I mean, were they just busting him about being Italian?
I didn't catch what they were saying at all.
Because they said, he's the Italian totally so if he can't fight, he can cook. And I was like, that's not that offensive.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Like everyone loves Italian
loosen up
food.
A little bit, dude. I didn't get that at all. Yeah,
I must have missed it. I mean, maybe I was writing down a note. I don't know. But either way, he's very wary of the news now because he even says to her, "You're not going to do any cheap shots," and she's like, "No, I wouldn't do that to you."
Yeah, but what it shows is that he is sensitive.
Yeah.
And vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. He's not all like beefy.
No,
there's something going on in there.
Yeah, he's a gentle soul.
Yeah.
And there's a scene when they're laying together in the bed after Adrian moves in, and. He says, he's like, I don't want to win. He never wanted to win. No. All he wants to do is just go the distance.
Aw, what does that mean though?
It means last the full 15 rounds.
Okay, that was one of my questions is how many fucking rounds?
He doesn't want to get knocked out.
That fight, like, it was really good to watch. Mm-hmm. It was a great fight to watch. Yeah. But I was confused about a few things, probably because I just don't know much about boxing. It seemed like way too many rounds.
I think it's normally 12, right?
I don't know. I have no idea. I thought it would be like 4.
No.
Okay. And then I knew about the falling down and counting thing. Mm-hmm. Right. I knew that. But then nobody won?
Okay. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So he says he only wants to go the distance.
Right.
Which.
Okay. That makes sense now. He just wants to stay.
He just doesn't want to get knocked out. Because no one has done that. Apollo Creed has knocked everybody out.
Oh.
So he's saying he doesn't even want to win the fight. He just wants to go the distance to prove that he's not. To prove to himself that he's not just another bum from the neighborhood.
That's really, like, I wish I had known that before because that makes
it way better.
It more meaningful.
Yeah, he's not even trying to beat him.
Right.
He's just trying to not get knocked out.
Right.
He's trying to show that he's an actual contender. That's the best part about it. He's trying to show that he's a worthy fighter.
Right.
Not even that he's like better than Apollo Creed because he has a lot of respect for Apollo Creed.
Right?
Too.
Yeah, of course.
When he's in the bar with that guy, the guy's like, "Look at this clown," and he's like, "This guy took his shot. He made it #1 he's the best in the world."
Do you like Apollo Creed?
I love Apollo Creed.
I like him too. I think when he goes on TV and he talks about how it's important to stay in school and things.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a very interesting character.
He's awesome.
And he's really smart.
And he loves America, which I like too.
And someone tried to make it about race to him. They were like, is it a coincidence that you're fighting a white man? Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I don't know. Is it a coincidence that he's fighting a black man?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I'm not going to take any of that shit.
Right.
It's not about that.
Yeah. Apollo's the man.
Yeah, he is a cool guy.
But that bit where he's saying he just wants to go the distance, obviously is a metaphorical line also for the rest of his life too. And that, I mean, it's like power. It's awesome to me. It's so cheesy, but I'm like, I get like little man tears.
Oh, it's not cheesy.
I'm like,
it's good.
You could do it, Rocky.
Yeah, it's a dignity thing.
Yeah, well, it's
integrity more.
Integrity.
Yeah,
totally.
that's what I meant.
Yeah, it inspires me. Like,
good.
I bet you if you tested everybody, like if you sat a bunch of men in a room and tested their testosterone level before and after this movie, I guarantee you it's higher after you watch it.
It probably is. It's
It's
a very like manpower.
Totally.
But it's not in your face. As a woman, I was not up like it. It's totally relatable still because there's that nice relationship aspect.
It's the male Legally Blonde.
Okay. I was like, no.
I'm just kidding. But so then we get to the fight.
Right. Let's talk about the fight, please.
Well, it's kind of, I mean, I don't really know how much to talk about.
I didn't take that many notes, except for there were a few things that stood out to me. For instance, I wanted to know about like, wow, how many rounds are there? But you answered that. And then, how Apollo Creed comes out. You said that they don't come out like all frilly like that. He straight up came out with girls dressed as the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
He was dressed as George Washington at first.
With a George Washington wig.
And then with the powder too on his face, I think he looked really pale. And then he ripped it off and he was Uncle Sam. It was insanity.
Yeah.
First Rocky comes out and he's just like walking out in his golden robe or whatever.
Like, yeah.
And it's like, okay, this is what I would assume would happen. But then it's like really crazy when Apollo Creed comes out.
They do like usually play music and they're usually like doing little things and they wear funny stuff sometimes when they're coming into the ring. What Apollo Creed did was absolutely next level.
It's hilarious.
That was next level.
But then during the fight, he realized that Rocky was gonna fight him actually punch him and and he said, the other guy said he doesn't think it's a show.
Right.
What is that?
So Apollo Creed was coming into this fight like, I know I'm gonna win. Apollo Creed was like, I was treating it like a show for the people. Like he's like, I want to give them a show.
Okay.
Which is
he wasn't worried.
Which
at all.
is personified in him coming out as like with all that crazy shit on.
Okay, that makes
Rocky
sense.
thought of this as the fight of his life. It meant way more to him. He was fighting. Apollo Creed was performing. Did
he think that his contender would have any other mindset? Did he think his contender...
He didn't really concern himself too much with it.
Okay.
So I think he was underestimating Rocky.
Yeah.
When he came in there and they start going at it, and
he's like, "Ouch, my face!"
And then Rocky in the first round fucking gives him an uppercut and puts him out for 8 seconds.
Yeah. What is the limit? 10?
10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
You go to 10, and if you can stand up, and if you still seem incoherent,
they're still counting because he was.
Well, they'll say no, it's over.
Wow.
So you can get like a technical knockout. Yeah. And the guys on the corner can stop the fight also. So if it looks like it's too brutal. But
so then his guy was like, he doesn't think this is a show. You need to knock him out and get this over with. Yeah, he was like,
he doesn't think this is a show. This is a fight for him.
Yeah.
And he's right.
Which of course it would be.
Yeah.
I just think that should have been obvious, but maybe
it was a little arrogance. It was arrogance that got to him. But it humbled him. It humbled him quickly.
Hell yeah. And then they fought for each other's lives.
Yeah, they really were fighting.
Okay, and then I wrote also down the part where they popped his eye thing.
I don't understand.
So he got punched in the eye, I guess.
And he said he couldn't see. You got to cut me.
Yeah, it puffed up. It got all inflamed pretty immediately, which usually that stuff swells later, but I guess it was just so bad that it swelled immediately, and that's what he said you need to cut.
Yeah.
So they cut the swelled up part, which released
the pressure?
Blood and pressure so he could see again. And I mean, I don't know if that's something that really happens.
I think it might be.
But oh my God, that's brutal.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So brutal.
Yeah.
I was like, when that happened.
And Rocky has said he has been through 60-something fights and no one ever broke his nose.
And then
Apollo Creed breaks his fucking nose, like, early on.
I'm glad that happened.
It shows that they are
even
contenders.
Yeah.
They are serious competitors. It's awesome. It's a really good fight.
Last round, and Apollo Creed is like, ain't gonna be no rematch. And Rocky's like, I don't want one.
The ADR, the execution of the fight, it was a little...
What's ADR?
It's like when they add in voiceover things afterwards. You can tell it's like in a booth.
Yeah, there's like no crowd noise.
There's like no crowd. It's like it's the cleanest audio of the whole movie. And they're fucking with they act like they have a mouth guard in. They're like, oh, come here, I'm fighting you. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
So that was a little goofy. A lot of the punches you can tell were like not even close to them.
Especially the punches to Rocky. He over-exaggerates his hits. Yeah.
Some blocking would have fixed that, I would think.
But his thing is that he doesn't block.
That's such a stupid thing to have.
He's like, I'm just going to take it.
Yeah.
But he can hit really hard.
Yeah, he can take a beating because that's the trope of like the guy who's not smart. He's tough though.
Right.
If you're going
tough
to be
as
dumb,
nails.
you got to be tough. And so then the fight, he ends up after just time-lapsing this fight after a certain point. They are beaten to shit.
I mean, they look like hell.
And they make it to the 15 rounds.
So it must be 15 if it goes overtime like that. You know, if it's 12 normally.
I don't know. I think they might have just shortened it.
Okay.
I don't know. I could be wrong. It could be 15. I don't
Email us
watch
and
a
let
whole
us
lot
know.
of boxing,
Yeah.
so I don't really know. But so he does go the distance, and the bell rings, and I love this part so much
Where
too.
he's just screaming for Adrian.
Yeah, because he did it.
So at
him, he already won.
At first, she couldn't watch.
First of all, he didn't win.
No, I mean,
you know that, right?
I gathered it.
Yeah,
but I don't know how they decided that.
So there's judges that you get points throughout. So they decide at the end who won the fight based off of
if nobody
points.
gets knocked out.
If nobody gets knocked out.
Wow.
Right. And Apollo Creed won barely. It was a split decision. So he barely won. But the cool part about the scene is that all of that information is very much in the background.
Oh yeah, it's not really about that. Although as the audience, you're like, well, what happened?
Yeah, I had to rewind it to listen to what they were saying because I was like, what? Because the movie just ends after this.
Yep.
And but as soon as the fight is over, people swarm him and stuff, and they're asking him, and all he's doing is screaming for Adrian because he won.
Yeah,
in his
for
mind.
him, it was a victory.
He achieved his goal.
Yep.
He did exactly what he wanted to do.
Amazing.
He hit the distance, and all the other details of the fight are mean nothing to him. So they kind of make it happen to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you don't even really get to hear. I thought Rocky won.
I did too, because he
Rocky
didn't get
won.
knocked out, and it seemed really epic. And
No, I thought like in my remembering of the movie.
Before you saw it.
Yeah, I thought Rocky won.
Maybe he does in like one of the sequels.
Well, he definitely, I think, in 2, because in the second movie he fights Apollo Creed again.
Okay.
It is the rematch.
Oh.
So it does exist.
We'll have to watch that.
We have to do all of them. We have to do all of them.
Okay,
but yeah. So
then she comes running and they embrace.
Ding ding ding! Yo, Adrian! That's famous.
People are trying to interview him, and he's just like, okay, whatever. Like, Adrian.
Yeah. He's like, I don't care about that man. Adrian.
Yep.
And she's running it. Somehow she starts running into. She's Rocky.
And it's pretty chaotic because then Polly is like trying to get to him, and he's like, "That's my friend. That's my friend."
Yeah, you're ripping on my jacket.
Yeah.
And Adrian gives him a hug right in the center of the ring, and that's the end of the movie.
Yep.
It turns around, showing his face, beaten to shit, smiling, hugging Adrian,
and then it's just over.
Ends. Great fucking
really
movie.
Good. Really good.
Oh my god.
I was like not excited to watch this movie.
It's hard with these older movies. This is why I wanted to do this podcast, because we would have never sat down and been
especially
like,
me.
let's just watch it. So now we have to do it. And I think I'm happy every time I do it.
Yeah.
It makes me like, movies are good.
Guys, movies are good.
Movies are good.
You should watch them.
Yeah. I haven't seen like, especially now, it's like the only movies anybody watches in theaters are Jordan Peele movies or the Avengers.
Right. It's like all superhero shit.
Yeah. That's it.
If that's not your bag, sorry.
Right.
There's no other good movies happening.
And it's like all of them seem very like
the same formula.
It just seems like there's less character. You know what I mean?
It's about production.
Yeah, it's more about every movie is like a statement now.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't care if like your set is amazing. if the story content isn't amazing.
Right.
You know,
Right.
that's what makes Lord of the Rings so like groundbreaking, is that it's an amazing set, but the story is still better.
Yeah. Yeah. You can have all of these great grandiose things.
Let's not forget the hub of why you're
needs
doing
to
it.
Yeah. If you just add a bunch of fat to a shitty core, it's not good.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right.
Yeah.
So that was Rocky.
That was Rocky.
So I want to know where you stand. I want to know your rating.
You want to know how I feel about Rockwell?
Yes, I do.
Rockwell Balboa.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that his name? Or is it like Rockefer?
It's a Rockefer.
His parents just named him Rocky?
Well, he had a poster of a guy named Rocky on his
Is this
wall.
a nickname?
I think it's his real name.
I just can't imagine naming a sweet baby child Rocky.
We named our sweet baby child Wolfgang.
Yeah, that's awesome. Rocky is like
Rocky's pretty good.
Rocky is of rocks, not of wolves. Also, I just think it's shortened for like
What's wrong with rocks?
I've seen it's setting the kid up to be dumb.
You tell that to Dwayne Johnson.
No, because that's not his actual name. And apparently he's a good cook.
What?
Do you smell
That doesn't mean he's a good cook.
what The Rock is cooking?
Yeah.
I guess he could be cooking bad things.
He's
Like,
cooking
do you smell that burnt
He's
shit?
like, you smell that garbage I'm cooking back there? Maybe he's self-conscious. He's like, do you smell that?
Did he call himself that because of Rocky?
I don't think so.
Or he's just
I
like,
never
I'm
put the
hard
two
as a
together.
rock. Like,
Yeah,
touch my
that's
muscles.
what
They feel like rocks.
Yeah, touch my muscles.
Touch them. So I would. You mean a rating?
Yeah,
I would give
hold
this
on.
movie-
Should it be? It has to be rating first. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
I would give this movie 7 turtles out of 8. Out of 10, like a normal
7
person.
turtles out of 8.
Why would I? I would give 13 out of 15 turtles.
Really, out of 10.
Yeah.
Maybe 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Maybe 7.5, but it wasn't quite
8.
it wasn't quite 8.
Okay. I give this movie. I give this movie an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, wow.
Cut swollen eyes.
The blood and guts that came out of it.
Yeah, that little. You can tell the guy struggled with the like prop too for a second. If you watch it closely, they like put the little thing up to his eye, and the guy like is squeezing something in his hand to make the blood spurt.
I'm gonna vom.
8.5. Bloody.
So I'll stick with
bloody
7.5.
cut eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So the real question is.
Bum, 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 bum,
But I'm trying hard now.
getting strong now.
So does it go to the manor?
Go.
Does it go to the manor?
I think it does.
You vote it does go to the
I
manor?
think it does, yeah.
And I think it obviously goes to the manor. So Rocky, congratulations. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there it goes.
So with this movie too, we
Wow.
couldn't find it on Netflix or anything. So we just had to find it streaming, or you'd have to, use Redbox or something to find it. It's not available on a streaming service that we could find.
Let me just put out some information out there. Maybe people don't know. If you can hook your computer up to your TV, if you go to Google and type in the name of any movie, so we typed in literally Rocky space Put Locker, and
voila.
You will find.
Now sometimes it's a
streaming.
struggle because you have
they
to buffer 1,000 times.
And it don't do it on a computer you care about because
viruses
it's
galore.
sketchy. Yeah, it's sketchy shit.
Welcome to Virus Town, Population U.
Yeah, but that's something I've learned. So tip for all you guys out there. Maybe I should cut that. Is that illegal?
No, it's not illegal to stream. It's just illegal to download.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing illegal things by hosting it.
Okay.
But if you just go to the site and watch it, I'm pretty sure that... I mean,
Yeah.
how could they possibly enforce that?
Right.
So, no. As long as you don't download it, you should be good.
Okay.
But, you risk viruses and stuff. So
what
maybe
about promoting it?
Well,
Sketchy?
I'm sure everyone pretty much streams movies anyway, so...
Yeah.
Because why would you pay for it?
Right.
Anyway, yeah, so... Yay, Rocky!
Congratulations, Rocky. I'm so happy.
Do you have any recommendations for the people?
Listen to the Doughboys podcast. And
Join the cult.
yeah, and definitely check out Bazizio Gaming on Twitch. That's a good little Twitch channel. That's what I've been doing with my time. Mm-hmm. And
They do scary games too, which is really fun.
yeah, Mike Mitchell. one of the birthday boys does scary games, and it's funny.
It is really funny. I love watching people play scary games. Ever since I watched PewDiePie do Slender Man, I've been like, this is my bag.
It's funny to watch people get scared.
It's great.
Yeah.
I recommend not fucking ever watching Legally Blonde 2. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we did that.
Yeah, please. I want to block it out of my mind. That movie is a whole...
What a fall from grace, huh?
I mean, to call film art and then to watch Legally Blonde 2 is such a disgrace.
I want a hot dog real bad.
It's just terrible. And we had such high hopes because we liked the first one. We were like, surely, if Reese Witherspoon and all the original cast are in this, it should be good.
Yeah, it was a fun movie, and nope.
And it was literally sucked soul out of my nose, and I became less of a person after watching it. I will never get that part of myself back.
That's true.
I also want to recommend Game of Thrones. Yay!
Yeah.
Game of Thrones started.
Yep.
Like every other human, that's a great fucking show.
Except for me.
Yeah, Ryan has to go against the grain.
I don't have to go against the grain. There's plenty of things within, like, I like breathing. I like water.
That's a little different.
I like Rocky. Okay.
I liked Rocky too.
And with that, we'll leave it there.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast.
Yes.
Please subscribe, tell your friends.
Do a rating or whatever.
Yeah, leave a review.
Or don't. Fuck you.
No.
You don't want to end it like that? Fuck you.
Bye.
Bye.